Aloha everyone.
Aloha.
And welcome for class for today. Today we are talking about dressing up appropriately. Okay, Catherine, since you nod your head, there's some ideas. Can you share with us what you understand about dressing appropriately?
I think it depends a lot on the situation you're in. So there's different unwritten dress code or written dress code. So when I go to work, I have to dress better than I do when I go to class. I don't wear jeans or I don't know.
It's very true. Megan, why is it important to dress appropriately, in a specific place or class?
I think it shows a certain level of respect for the situation you're in and the people you're with.
That's very true. Thank you. An effective teacher dress appropriate as a professional educator or teachers. Okay, what I want you guys to do now, just take a good look at yourself. This is not to make you feel offense, but this is part of our lesson. Look at yourself, how you dress up. And at the same time, turn to the person on your left-hand side and discuss with, I will be the person on the left-hand side, and discuss with that person this following questions. How you dress, and if you change situation, you're in the classroom, if you change your dress, is there any changes or how you feel when you change the way you dress up now? I'll give you 2 minutes.
I feel before I used to be super grungy, that's just me. But ever since I started working at the academic advising office, I don't have to wear dresses and skirts, but it's kind of the thing because that's what everyone else does, and I can't wear jeans. And so sometimes I even wear it to class, and I feel more.
You feel like you got your stuff together.
No, I actually don't.
No. I'm the same.
It's true. You do feel more put together.
You're more awake too, I feel like. When I think what changed my
I'm not used to
so I played basketball junior college and then here last year. When I was junior college, it was bad. It was sweats every day. I looked like a boy.
Yeah. I used to wear
It was so bad. Yeah, it was
just roll out of bed.
And now that I have it there, I decided not to play this year. I'm just
more
dressed more often. I don't know why I couldn't dress cute when I play basketball.
Whenever I wear,
But I do. I feel like I'm more.
I think your environment has an influence because I used to work as a lifeguard, so I'd have to change all day and change to go to class, change to go to work.
So you just want to stay.
Yeah, and so I'd go to class with my swimsuit underneath and sweatpants, and baggy shirt.
That's true.
But now I work in an office and I can't do that.
sometimes
So it's
Yeah, that's true.
it's really
Yeah. So
Okay, eyes on me. Amy, can you share what Carly was sharing with you, and then Megan will share what Catherine was giving.
Okay, so Kelly said that she's not, she feels uncomfortable whenever she go out with the clothes that she wearing in her house, because whenever she go out, there's somebody else, and then she cares, she always changes the clothes to jeans or some other clothes. I agree.
That's true. Thank you. Megan?
Catherine talked about how our environment or the people we're around affects the way we dress. So before, when she was a lifeguard, she used to dress more in a swimsuit with sweats over the top. But now that she's started working at the advising office, everybody dresses more professional. That's just kind of rubbed off on her, and it just makes us. We both agree that it makes us feel better and more with it when we do that.
That's very true. Everybody feels the same way. Today, I'd like to lead you guys to our objective. Can you read up the first star, Kelly, please?
Learners will identify what it is important to dress as a teacher. Or why it's important.
Okay, the second one, Catherine?
Learners can apply what they learned to prepare for the future.
Okay, before we carry on, anyone had a question or addition about dressing appropriately? No? Okay, like it says here, learners will identify why is it important to dress appropriate as a teacher, and the second one, learners can apply what they learn to prepare for the future. Okay. And the first topic that we're going to talk about is called You Are Treated as You Are Dressed. Okay. According to Dr. Wong book, first day of class, that's where I got my lesson from. He was mentioning that if an interview tells, they make an initial judgment and interviewee in 20 seconds. But salespeople know they have 7 seconds to make an impression. How about us teacher? What we get when we stand by the door, when we greet our students, what I want you guys to do, talk to your neighbor. Amy can talk to Megan and Candy talk to Catherine. Talk to your neighbor. What do you think of how your student, if you stand on the door and greet your student to come in? The way, like, you know, how if a student come in and you greet them with the way you dress up and everything, what do you think your student feedback or thing or point of view think of it?
Also,
I think if
like sets a
teachers,
precedent for like the way they can behave.
they're wearing jeans
You're wearing
and
like
hoodies
sweats
and stuff, and wearing cap, the students will feel like, they
They
might feel,
why should I?
it's just
Not
one of my
serious
friends, you know,
about-
their respect will gonna go down, and then they're not gonna listen to what the teacher says to them.
Yeah, I think you're right, that they might think it's cool or
Yeah.
whatever, but they probably won't pay,
Or,
yeah, give as much respect. as you
Yeah.
I think I've had multiple friends when there's a teacher who's acting like a teen. And so,
Yeah.
Okay, are you ready to share what you shared? So Ulu can hear it too?
Yes.
Kelly, can you share what Catherine was saying? Or what you guys have been discussing?
Well, we were just saying that, like, if a teacher were to walk in, like, in sweats and holes in their shirt or whatever, like, they would seem to be like, who's this teacher, why? They obviously don't really care about what they look like, so do they really care about what they're teaching and what they're doing? And so then it kind of, like, sets the, we don't really care about school.
That's very true. How about Amy and Megan? What you guys have been discussing about?
We talked a little bit about how, like Amy was saying, like if they come in and the teacher has like a hoodie and a hat on, the students might like think they look good or think it's cool, but they won't give them as much respect. They might just treat them like their friends because they're dressed like their friends are dressed.
That's very true. And when we make mistakes, people are start judging us, right? According to what Dr. Wong was sharing here, I'd like to quote from what she said, that people tend to treat other people as they are dressed. For example, myself, just because I'm born and raised in an island, I have my own standard back at home in my culture. When I first come here to college, it's just weird. Maybe it's called culture shock. When you see other people like walking around in the hollies with their mini shorts or anything. To be honest, when I saw that person, I just said, what the heck? This is church school? And you know, it's a church standard school, should, you know. But like what the reason why I share this experience or this example, because what people sees us or what we wearing, they judge us, and even us. If someone just walk by and say, "Oh, really?" You know, those are the things that happening. That the first part of our lesson is trying to talk about, that the way we dress, it will judge us or tell us what we're going to do. Okay. Our second topic for this lesson is called "You Are Walking, Talking Advertisement." This may be a superficial world, but in the way of the world work, we can say that there will not go away. We are much better of making our dress work for ourselves than allowing to work against us. I'm going to give out this little quote, and I want you guys to read that quote. It's all the same, but I just want everybody to have one on their own. Read that quote, and after 5 minutes, I'm going to ask you, pick some of you to share what's your insight about that quote. Olu,
Yes.
is everyone done? Or in too rush? Olu, can you share what's your insight about that quote?
I thought it was interesting that, you know, it says give an elementary student 3 days and the students will mirror you. Give a high school student 10 days and the student will mirror you. And so it just seems like, especially because kids are more innocent and they're more trusting, then as we get older, we become less trusting of others, you know? And so the students they see a teacher as someone they truly look up to. And so they're like, oh, I want to do what my teacher does. But as a high school student, you know, you go through some things and then you're less trusting. And so it takes, you know, high school students maybe a little bit longer to want to copy what the teacher's doing, kind of thing. Or maybe it's not as cool to do that, I guess, in a high school setting.
Kelly, any addition for what Olu shared?
I think I was thinking about the same thing. Little kids are more willing to trust young people. And I also think there's more of an age gap between elementary students and teachers. And high school, and then there's less of an age gap between high school students and like the teachers. So they might not feel like they need to respect them as much if they're closer to their age. They might think that the teacher is like their friend and the teacher doesn't make them clear.
That's very true. The key for us for dressing appropriate is for professional, yeah? But not just to dress up like I dress up today just to looking good. No. Yeah? The advantage of looking professional, as we all know, is to keep you from being self-destructing. Not only that in 5 seconds or before your student make any hasty or any like bad comments on you or things like that. The effective teachers that they dress appropriately, as a professional educator to model the success that they have been had with them. The important word is appropriately. Okay. Why, I have a question that we have to discuss as a class. Why is it, why do we send the student to school, or why our parents send us here to school? Amy, why your parents sent you here to school?
My parents, they want me to be succeed.
That's right. Kelly, why your parents sent you here? I know everybody have their answer.
I think it was like both me and my parents. My parents want me to get an education.
Good education. Catherine?
I would say it's about the same. They want you to have opportunities for like later on.
Olu?
I think like I kind of sent myself here. My parents always wanted me to stay close to home, but I've always been the person who just leave home. But I mean, of course, they're supportive of me, of course, getting an education and having more opportunities than they did because they never went to college. So,
Make it, wrap it up for us now, Megan.
Yeah, I mean, the common theme is that they want us to have more opportunities, and whether they have to kind of push you along them more or you did it on your own, that's at least what they want. They want you to be successful and happy and to have what you need, and so they know that now education is an important part of that.
That's very true. I know the same thing goes to me. That's the reason why my mom sent me to school, so I can be success. And I'm the very first one in my family, of my siblings. There are 9 of us that I attend college. And I'm not that smart, I know that, but I keep trying every day. I know that if my mom passed away, because my dad passed away already, I have something that I will rely on, apart from having a husband. Okay? Like I mentioned before, that we are walking on our second part of our lesson, that we are walking, talking advertisement for who we believe we are as professional educators and teachers. Every walk we make, our student is watching us. If we walk in late to class or early or any appropriate way we act, our students are watching us. Okay, the next model that we are going to talk about today is cooperative learning. And this activity, I have the next activity that I will put you in group. And with that group, I will ask you to pick one card. And Amy, can you pick one, please? Okay. What number you have on making?
2.
one,
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 Choose.
2,
one.
1. All the 2 will be there and all the 1 will be that side. And I'll give you guys your instruction.
One.
Okay, Amy, can you focus?
Only one.
Yeah, I know, right? You shouldn't. Okay, I have 2 case study with me in front of you. You discuss it with your group. And what I want you guys to look at it, what do you understand? Firstly, what that case study is about. Is there any problem or any solution for that case study? I'll give you 5 minutes. Discuss with your group, and I will be a timekeeper.
My daughter, who just started a school counselor's job in a Phoenix school, agrees with me that we can win the kids over with our peers. She said, I dress very nicely as a substitute teacher. The kids held the door for me, one on each side. As pretty scary and wonderful that they're careful, so these libraries.
What were we supposed to consider out too, what the problem is?
Is there any problem? Do you find any problem or any solution there?
Thanks.
And then
Okay.
just
About whatever.
summarize whatever.
Yes, one problem could be when she says there's so easy.
Yeah,
Mhm.
saw the difference. It's interesting.
Yeah, right.
Like commented and like tell her they look at, like they pay attention. I feel like especially if young kids, you just like idolize your teachers. You know what I mean? And you just like soak up everything that they teach you.
It can have a negative.
So I think,
students.
yeah, obviously,
She did.
and change how they behave too. Like not only did they say like, oh, you look better, but they started behaving better. That's interesting. That's probably how I'm interested. Look at a picture and be like, oh my gosh,
It is
I've
true.
lost it.
So my stepmom
Yeah,
always
you
like
could feel
dresses
that
up
she
when she flies. I
Yeah.
fly in like sweatpants, yoga pants, like anything comfortable and like
Mhm.
combat.
Yeah,
boots.
and it's not
Yeah.
like
She
she like
wears
awful
like
students, like that's not
she
why
dresses
they
up
do
like
it,
she's
like she
going
just
to
realized that, oh, I'm being a mom, I don't want to.
Why?
but they like treat her better.
Yeah.
Especially like in Jamaica, it's like culture to like
Mm-hmm.
and like I was raised in Canada, so like I mean it doesn't matter if you're in sweatpants. People go to the grocery store in like
Yeah.
pajamas.
In
It's not
Canada?
a big deal. Well like kind of. It's like the States. You're just like really
Are you from
it's
Canada?
whatever. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Like my family's from Jamaica, and when I went there for the summer, and I try to like leave the house in like sweatpants, I'd be like, "Where are you going? Looking like?"
that's how on my mission, I noticed
Yeah.
like I served in Spain and I was like, holy cow, like nobody
You can't like.
wears sweats anywhere. Like they always like, they step out of the door, they look good.
That's Korea.
Yeah, it's just like Western culture's really
We're sloppy.
so lax.
There was this English guy that I met on my mission and he told us that Americans ruined fashion. I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
sorry.
like Germany too. Like, just like you can't do that.
Yeah.
You always have to be on point.
I remember going out to do service and so I was in like my basketball shorts and a t-shirt
Yeah.
and I seriously felt self-conscious.
Oh my
'Cause-
god.
And that was so normal for me normally, but I was like, oh my gosh, like I need a book.
Okay, let's share what you have in your book. Let's hear from Macon's group first, and let's finish it up with Olwe, Kathleen, please.
Okay, so ours just talked about a teacher that during Christmas, after Christmas vacation, she saw some photos from their class party and she noticed when she saw them like how bad she looked. And she said she looked like she didn't care about herself. So she decided to change and the next day she went to school, she said more appropriately dressed and the students noticed it and they actually like commented on how good she looked. And she said she was a lot happier and she also mentioned that the students behaved a lot better as a result of the change that she made. And we just thought that was
Interesting.
Thank you.
interesting. It improved like various things, like how she felt, what the students thought about her, and like how they behaved all changed.
Thank you, Macon and your group. Let's hear from Olwe and Catherine.
It's kind of the same what we were talking about, appearance. Yeah, this girl, the teacher, dressed up very nicely and the kids like held the door open for her and she thought it was pretty scary but also wonderful that they're so easily influenced by appearance. So,
We look into it, it's how it's very important this bringing those two case studies to us as preparing for future. It's very important, especially in front of our students. The last activity that we have done about the case study, we're bringing it up to an end of this lesson. I want you guys, when you go home, I want you guys to write down in your journal what you have learned or what else that you can add up to prepare for yourself in the future to be a teacher. Okay? Any other questions? Yes, no? Okay, thank you.